Today, as you can see, I'm up $97 and I am up $28 in unrealized profits. In this trade, perhaps I will close that later today, depending on how it's trading in, well, the next 40 minutes, because then I don't have another choice than to hold it overnight. Let's get into the trades I actually took. I will show just a quick overview. I traded a bunch of tickers. Here on the side, you can see the respective P&L for each ticker. So I'm actually preparing this ticker right now. I'm looking at the daily chart. Is there on the daily chart some obvious resistance? So we can already see here, it's quite a bearish chart. We have here quite a resistance areas, but it doesn't mean that this stock can squeeze. So it has a bunch of squeeze potential. So that's for me an interesting reason to keep on looking. So I'm preparing this particular ticker, where's resistance, a clear backholder bearish chart. It doesn't mean that it can't squeeze. So that is what I'm looking for. If we now take a clear look, we see this resistance, and what I want to see is this stock gapping against its resistance. Green here, not a lot of resistance. Simple as that. That is my favorite setup that I keep on trading. So no, so far so good. Now, this is truly what happens now, the whole pre-market session. It is, hey, where are here potential stocks to trade? Where are potential setups? And as you can see, we're already like 30 minutes before the open, and the pre-market was quite quiet. I didn't see any particular interesting setups that I could have. Yes, here's the first one. And this actually is not really my favorite stock, because every time I have played this setup, I lost money. There's a clear indication, hey, I should not trade this setup when the things are not working. So that was unfortunately the case. The reason why I took this setup, let's take a closer look. We see here's a clear volume indication pre-market. We have here this resistance. We see it also on the 10-minute chart, and we see plenty of room for daily chart. We can potentially squeeze. Looked so good pre-market. I thought, you know what, let's do it. Now it ended up selling off, and I had to, well, I stopped out of this sticker. This setup never worked on this sticker. That's what it is. So perhaps I will stop trying to play the sticker if it's after 3 times. It doesn't work. Okay, now we go to the PEV with some company. Now I saw this sticker very late. So the best entry you see here below on a 10-minute chart, you can clearly see, hey, here's a resistance. Here would be a beautiful break. It was on none of my scanners. I just accidentally saw this on my high-low scanner, and then later it popped up on my momentum scanner, but this was not on my radar. Here you can see it very clearly. We see this tight base and form here. It's an amazing breakout right here, but I missed the move. That's a bit unfortunate. But here again, we forming here a base. This base isn't so, it's a bit more risky, but I do need to have like a volume confirmation, and I need to have a confirmation here. So some type of volume confirmation, that'd be great. So that's exactly what I'm looking for such type of volume confirmation. Can we up? You see that now very clear. We see here this clear green, no resistance. And if here's also a blue bar, that's a very clean volume confirmation. I know if the price is not really moving with the volume, I also tend to be more slower. Okay, now we see the price moving, and I was like, yeah, gotta get in there. And I was in there. Well, beautifully done. And let's see how it actually turned out, because yeah, it doesn't mean that because I have the confirmation that it will be winning trades. When we go back, it's like it's forming here a base again. We see here 4 candles, four rejections is for me what I consider a tight base. So it is forming this base again. We have here again the volume criteria, and I just add to my position. Add when it goes my direction. Very good. So yep, I saw it, bam, I added to my position. Took half of the table at my TP level. That's basically when I reach 4R, I take half of the table, and I just look how far can this go, and I have 2 stop loss areas. In the meantime, I'm looking for where can I place my next profit target, but unfortunately we never reached there, and I had to stop out of my position, the rest of my position, because, well, we just got sold out. It's not necessarily that I want to be in this trade again, because if it can, during the open, if it can trend upwards, reject here, and then have this squeeze, have the green again, have no resistance, then I will be in there again. Now, what I used to do in the past, I used to trade these VWAP bounces. There's a lot of different setups and a lot of different things I tried to trade in the past. This is what I really want to warn you about. If you get into this journey of trading, truly focus on your setups, because there are plenty of setups and there are plenty of approaches to the market. But it's by switching and trying to do so much, you just keep on losing money. And I'm the perfect example. I know if I would have done that today, well, I wouldn't be green. I can guarantee you that. Now, here is something that quite frustrating happened in the open. So we are now 2 minutes before that the market opens, and 2 minutes, I don't like to do setups within the 5 minutes before the market opens, because then at the open the market is so choppy, I get chopped out. But yeah, here would be a perfect setup, and I was really considering I should enter, like we have here our perfect setup. You see here how perfect this is, but it's 1 minute before the open. I was really considering getting in there. Now, it's now 1 minute before the market opens. This would for me be a perfect setup. I might do that in the future, but I haven't done that today. And right, yeah, I was so close in entering, but I eventually decided against it. And I just wanted to wait how it opens. If it just squeezes up at the open, I just got it. I will be in there. If it squeezes up, I'm ready, I'm here. Let's just wait until the open. So let's now wait for the next 30 seconds and see what is going to happen, because I'm looking at a price action. I don't want to miss a trade. I know it can squeeze, so I'm ready. I am ready. It's 20 more seconds. Look in the corner, we see here right below, we see the seconds, 14 seconds before the market opens. I'm ready. I have my order there. Let's go. Let's do this. And okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm looking. Whoa, okay. When is there enter? Okay, bunch of green. When should I be ready? Yeah, okay, bam. Now it's my order. I put my... Did you see that? Did you see where I put my order? I was ready. Okay, now let's see. When should I enter? When I'm looking for a perfect entry. Let me look, because it goes fast. Bam! I entered. Did you see? My order came in and bam! The price shot up. Right here, I got filled so much. I'm still not in there. I put my order in at 9.50 and I got filled. What was a slippage of $1.54. That is extreme amount of slippage. That would be an amazing move, but obviously I did not want to fill at this high. I didn't want to be filled in the halt upwards. I want to be filled right there at the open when I actually put my order in. Well, that was not how it planned it, and that's incredibly frustrating, because I probably should message my broker and say like, hey, how can I be filled faster? I could probably accept my order and be like, oh, nothing happened, let's just YOLO it. I got halted upwards, but it's not my strategy. I don't know what will happen. It can just sell off. This halt, profit taking can start. So yeah, that was very, very frustrating, because that was an amazing trade. And then I had to just let it go, because so be it. Yeah, like I got halted upwards. Market will open again and bam, we shoot up. And then I could say like, yeah, I could have been in there, but yeah, it's not my place. I got a bad fill. I had to be out of there. My fill, I had so much slippage that I could not hold my position. It wouldn't make any sense, because I would just give away, I would just give too much away. So that was not logical. So you see how much it squeezes upwards. I was like, yeah, okay, so be it. I missed my trade. That's part of life. That is it sometimes. Unfortunately, something was too slow. Either my broker, my internet, something was too slow. But again, it doesn't mean that I have to necessarily give up on this sticker, because again, it is forming this base, and maybe if we can get a beautiful squeeze, we can go higher, we can accept the base, we can just move, no problem. So I'm still looking at this base for a probable squeeze up. And still today, I'm not expecting too much of today, because there's now 2 tickers that I'm looking at, and it's this particular stock. I missed my order, so I'm still looking here, squeeze upwards, and I'm also looking here at SBAT, the stock that never this setup has worked. But I was like, yeah, maybe now. And I'm really looking at like a big move. It has some potential. The daily has potential. It came in, volatility is coming back. We can clearly see volume is coming back into this stock. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be fun to day trade. Let's do that. Didn't have such a strong catalyst. Perhaps that was part of my mistakes. Usually I just trade stocks with really have a reason to move independently of all the other tickers. So APM, that's then on my scanner appeared APM. Beautiful. Let's analyze it. Short. We come here at this high. Is it close to this resistance levels? We can squeeze highly. Beautiful. So I'm looking here for this stock to reject this area, reject this area. Can it reject? Then bam, we're gonna squeeze higher. Quite simple. That's my favorite setup. So just looking at this particular ticker. So what I want to see first the stock rejecting these pre-market highs. If it can't reject these pre-market highs, that's for me rather than it's not a trade, because then it doesn't show me that it's actually clear level. We saw here some more volume income. We see a soft rejection. There might already be a reason to get in there. So, okay, let's get... So we see here this rejection here on this stock. So now I'm really looking for... Okay, bam, we see the volume. We see the volume increasing. We don't see resistance, bam. This worked out beautifully. So at my key level right here, my key level, I took half of the table and I let the rest of my trade run. So that was nice. This particular trade, I missed this entry because it was again not on my watch list at the time, just came on my scanner and I missed. This would have been a good trade. We can analyze the same way. We have here this base. We see here this volume increasing. Depending on how the price action here is forming, it might have been an entry, but here volume is increasing. And if we would have seen that and that's an entry. Obviously, don't go chasing behind your trades, doesn't work. Like right now, some people like to trade these bounces. I do sometimes as well. It really depends on the circumstances and when I find it appropriate. Now, today I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's do this particular setup again on this ticker. We are gonna do it. Depending if I see an entry, I do want to see an entry. I don't want to chase, because if you chase, we all know how that's gonna end. But we can clearly see on better volume is increasing. We have here this volume, this blue bar, this means, hey, this is a clear volume indication. I thought, okay, can we finally squeeze? Can we finally hold? So I'm not rushing, I'm not jumping in. I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity. If we can hold the highs, then I'm just gonna get in there. Simple as that. We are not really holding the highs, so I probably decide not to enter right now. And well, I didn't enter. I was patient. Okay, this is the previous trade. I decided not to buy this bounce. Upon reflection, buying this dip would have been a better trade, because we broke out, we had the volume, it was protected here, there was VWAPs, there were plenty of reasons to at least get a starter there. I didn't. I just waited for the break, which is fine. We had this beautiful break. Then I saw here this plenty of resistance here. Plenty of resistance. So I don't think it's a good idea to put an order into a halt. So I avoid that. But I was still looking at how will we open, can I find here this bounce? So I see, oh, we are rejected. I decided this is gonna be a good entry. We are respecting this base, we are bouncing off of this base. Let me just enter and that will make a beautiful trade. So I arranged my stop loss area. Now, because I was a bit too late, my stop loss is a bit more than I would like it to be. Usually it should be $14 max. Now it's 24, no problem. I will just, if it goes against me, I'll just take half of the table. That's how you do it. It's not, oh, it goes against me, I take a bigger position. No, if it goes against you, just make a position smaller. Don't risk it it's not worth it. On top screen, we see another things that is happening. It's also in the same way interesting. It's totally the similar setup. We see again here this base. We see this base. Not a bunch of support. Come on, it's quite simple. Yes, it's a really simple setup. The setup on YHC didn't end up working out. Got stopped out. Now some people like to buy here at VWAP, buy these bounces. I usually don't tend to trade that way. What I tend to do and what I can do, if we bounce up immediately, get back to this level, I might re-enter because it found support on V-up. But that's not what was happening. I was also considering for a moment, should I go short? But that didn't make any sense to me, so I just canceled that. In the meantime, APM, that was a stock that was trading. I was working out. I still have a runner. We are forming this base again. Again, looking for the volcano setup. Simple as that. Looking for my entry. Oh, we missed here my entry for the QQLGN. Let's just look at the short entry here. Bunch of red, you saw the bunch of red, not support, so it's like, yep, gotta get in there. So I got my position. And in the meantime, I don't know how far APM can go. So I decided, hey, we are at the second possible profit target. It is not really, because we have this resistance area as well. Don't forget, it's also, this base is also a resistance area. So at this resistance area, I was thinking, hey, we have this resistance area. I don't know how far it can go. I'm now up $40 again. So 4R basically, because I technically risked $10. So we're up 4R again. That means let me just protect a little bit and take $20 off the table, because I can always, if we're gonna squeeze higher, I can just re-enter here, no problems. And if it doesn't go my direction, well, at least I locked in some profits here. We're squeezing up again, and there's my next TP. Let's see if we actually reach it. It's so close. I actually expect to reach it, but I actually don't know if, oh, yes, luckily we reached the TP. We are again forming that base. If we can break out with a volume, I add again back to the position. That's how simple it goes. Total similar idea I'm doing with QLGN. We broke out, we accepted the level, we have here a new level, and I can just add to that position if we have here a similar setup there. Exact same setup, let's go, let's do it, let's play it. And in the meantime, APM, unfortunately, my TP got triggered, and then I had a stop loss, half of my position, and yeah, that is how that played out. In the meantime, still looking at QLGN. And here, now, again, SBAT, this was a trade, never worked in the past on SBAT. Ooh, let's see, we didn't want to miss that. So let's see how it turns out. Bunch of red, does the price action follow? Bunch of red, oh yes, we see a sea of red, beautiful, go short. Bam, enter my short position, and then I have to rearrange my profit targets and rearrange my stop loss areas. That's exactly what I'm doing. We break again, we make it these highs, we get halted upwards, all is beautiful, massive buy orders. So like, hey, this is beautiful, let me just arrange here everything the way it's supposed to be, setting my stop loss orders, setting my new TP orders. So there's my next TP at this dotted line. I cannot put an order because unfortunately my broker, I cannot do bracket orders. I hope they introduce that soon, because that would be such a useful approach. So I set there my TP. Unfortunately, it never ended up reaching. That's already new news. Okay, now we are back at this particular stock, GHC. I don't recall exactly how it went, but we are again, I tried it before, breaking out of these highs, it didn't work. Now again, we have here the volume, we can see it on the volume bar below. We have a clear volume indication, so I entered for this particular stock. I'm also now trying, hey, we have here again this blue volume bar, we have here this resistance. Okay, is it go? Is it go time? Is it time to break out? Unfortunately for YHC, it is not time to break out. For SBAT, it is, well, unfortunately, also not time to break out. So I got just stopped out of these trades. In the meantime, I just was like, okay, this setup never worked on this ticker. Let's just, I should have known that before. Actually, I knew that before, but you know, wishful thinking is a beautiful. And on GHC, I'm actually not afraid. I haven't traded before. I know sometimes these stocks can be stubborn. That's why always take your stop losses fast. Take it fast. Take your stop loss fast, because then there's no point in holding the back. Wasting our own energy. Now, this was a particular stock. Again, on my scanner, I think, I'm not so sure if I planned for this ticker, because most of the tickers, let's be honest, I didn't plan for. Show you my trade plan. This was, let's look, this was my watch list for today, and I don't think I didn't trade most of, yeah, this one, I traded, or I tried to at least. So everything you see pre-market is on my watch list, but then a bunch of tickers just showed up out of nowhere on my scanners, created beautiful setups. So I was like, let's just do RGTY. Okay, now this one on my scanner beautifully. So well, looking now for my particular setup, bam, you see my setup forming. I'm quite late to the party. Look, I put my order in quite late. Also, you can see how long it takes to get filled. So yeah, I'm late to the party. So I'm not happy that I was so late to the party. I removed some of my position. I added again at this bounce here, and I'm kind of trying to play it, and I'm looking for where's a perfect time to add to my position. And here would be a beautiful time. So if I don't see resistance, if I see a bunch of green, then we'll be like, yeah, it's going to be a beautiful breakout. Well, eventually it didn't end up in a beautiful breakout, and I got stopped out and was managing my position quite good. Now, this is the end of the video, so let me just show you on the exact ticker how it went out. We are now talking about RGTI, then just got sold off. My whole position got out of there. And I have a rule, I stopped trading at 11. That's around here. That's when I stopped trading at 11. But if I see a setup forming, I can trade until 12. And this is the last time I can make a position. So this is my grace hour. And that is just because when I trade the whole day, when I'm green, that's the thing, when I'm green, I stop too soon and I try and it's just to protect me from me. That's just, I know when I'm at my best, that's important. But in the end, we got here a similar setup. We broke out, we had this volume. I had two conservative TPs because I was a bit uncertain how will this stock respond against these areas. And this daily chart wasn't the most sexy daily chart, but the intraday was nice. We had a possibility and ended up getting a nice gain. If I now close my position, I'm up $55 on this particular ticker. If I close it, I have $27 more. This is truly what I was going for. We see eventually I was playing here for that breakout. I was truly trying this breakout. Didn't work here. Tried again here at these highs. Didn't work at these highs. Few minutes after 12, then bam, the whole trade would have worked out perfectly. We squeezed out massively, but it's just behind my time. That's it. That's part of trading. And in the same time, the ticker never ended up working for this particular setup. Obviously was working out. I was going for this move. This ticker is apparently not trading this way. That's also why you should always remember the tickers you trade. That's why I can show you, like in the past, how did it trade this setup? Pre-market didn't work. Okay, again, the similar ticker. How did it respond to this setup? Didn't work. And you should learn out of setups. Okay, this time when I tried again, this setup didn't work. Now we have it all these times, because that's the reason why I keep my trades is, hey, do I have a similar ticker? When does it work? Okay, we have here one time it worked. Yes, it worked here, and also not that beautifully, but it worked. One out of 4 times I set up worked. That's 25%. It's not gonna cut it, so then it's just better to let it go. I didn't do that, so that's a great lesson. Keep your past trades. Remember how the stock has traded in the past, because stocks usually have a memory. If your setup doesn't work for one particular stock for several times, don't do it. And that cost me some money, and that's unfortunate. But that's part of the lessons, that's part of learning, that's part of growing, so be it. And in the meantime, well, so I guess I'm gonna swing it. So this is my plan, my swing plan. I expect it to open here at the 18 level here. For sure, I will take half of the table. That's a plan. If it opens anywhere below the 16, I will cut. I have a stop loss right below VWAP. I can afford to lose all of this, like until here. This can be my stop loss area right below VWAP. So that's gonna be my last defense, and anywhere that then I will be stopped out, and I will look at that tomorrow at 7:30 market time. Okay, that was it for today. Hope that was useful. A bunch of trades. I see my balance is almost at $1,500. When we are at $1,500, I can increase my risk size to $15 a trade instead of 10, but we're not there yet. Maybe tomorrow. So let's see. See you tomorrow.